CTV family. Catch us live on your TV screen.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am still your hostess of the most, making sure that you are entertained all the way up till 5 o'clock. If you've been liking everything that's been happening on the show, remember to go on our socials and let us know it is EKSE_live on Twitter, as well as EKSE Live on Facebook, as well as EKSE_CTV on Instagram. Listen, guys, on EKSE, we plan to educate and inform and entertain, but most importantly, to get you guys aware of all the incredible things that our people are doing in South Africa. And this next guest is going to be letting us know about something that I'm actually very, very excited about, and it's called AGRI5, which is a place that is supposed to be able to facilitate the development of African farmers in our country. That sounds so exciting to me, but I also feel like we need to hear more and know more about what it is AGRI5 stands for. So please, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Tsholo from AGRI5.
Welcome, and thank you for having us, ma'am.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, what I want to know is that if someone's never heard of the app AGRI5, what are you guys all about, and why is it so important that your app comes and actually facilitates these sorts of meetings for African farmers?
Sure. Just to give you a quick background, I'm the founder and director of a business called Tsholo. We are situated in Sandton, Johannesburg. So our discipline over the years has always been in the media space. But we've been using, obviously, traditional media, which is your publications, your billboard, exhibitions, and conferences. So what happened is that we were disseminating opportunities and information for Black farmers for the last 7 years. But it came to us that now for the farmers to be able to convert into what we call commercial farmer, as well as to be more sustainable going forward. Study shows that by the year 2050, at a global level, farmers would need to produce about 59 to 89% of their current produce. This is food security. The demand will increase by those margins. And the only way a farmer can come to a commercial farmer and be sustainable in their business, you need to incorporate a lot of smart farming. This is technology-driven form of farming. And that's how the app really came to be, is that it's technology, artificial intelligence-driven, and it's an opportunity to make sure that the Black farmers move from being emerging farmers into commercial farmers. And the only way they can really do it is via technology, because that's how globally big farmers compete.
And actually, when you say that, I find it very important and actually something that has to be talked about, because a lot of people do farming, but most people don't know how to commercialize themselves. They don't know how to get themselves at a stand, maybe a Pick n Pay, or maybe our other groceries. So that will help facilitate that. Now, I want to know, what is one thing that is actually going to make sure, or rather make it easy for Black artists to be able to apply on this app, and who gets to actually say, hey, can I just make a young sort of farming tool in my backyard, and all of a sudden I can go in AGRI5 and I'll get a spot? Or are there actual requirements for farmers to have some degree of farming in order for them to join this incredible app?
So for us, our passion is emerging farmers. The scale of your farming, we deal with 5 commodities, hence it's called the AGRI5. It's your dairy, it's your livestock, it's your poultry, it's your piggery, and crops. So it's those 5 commodities that we deal with. And this app basically is for someone who wants to go into farming, because farming is a very expensive type of business. So what you need before you actually need to go start farming is to do a lot of research and interact with stakeholders that have got the necessary information for you. So that's one. So if you're considering going to farming, this is an app that you need to download. Secondly, if you're already a farmer, irrespective of the scale that you're farming at, this is an app that you need to have so that you can access the opportunities. But most importantly, the app gives you an opportunity to access information and technology that is relevant and is tested and proven by our stakeholders. And then the third one is for farmers that are already farming at a huge scale, but want to obviously break even, deal with the margins of profits by instilling more technology on their farming, whether it's a form of irrigation being auto-controlled, or stock where you can track down your cattle, whether it's access to markets. So this app does allow for such exposure and understanding of technology because of the stakeholders that we have. Then secondly, it's for people that are studying careers in the agricultural sector. There's an icon on the app where if you've studied any agricultural related career, you can apply based on the region and the town. We'll constantly listing opportunities and careers there because it's a very specialized space and we enjoy the relationship we have with our stakeholders. So it also facilitates careers within the agricultural sector because the farmer cannot do without the support and the value chain that is in the sector. So someone that wants to start farming, someone who is studying within agriculture, or someone who is already a commercial farmer but wants to sustain their farming ventures can download this app. And it's at no cost for you to download the app. The only person that actually pays for the app is a farmer that actually uses the actual platform to sell their produce. Okay. So if, for instance, you're in town, you just log on to the app, put in section 2, I want my produce to be picked up, and every Thursday there's a logistic team that picks up the produce and takes it to the market, whether it's the Cape Town fresh produce market or other stakeholders that we have. And then once the produce has been sold, you then automatically paid into account what you had offered on the app to sell your produce for. So it alleviates troubles for the farmers because a farmer is not a logistical company, they're a farming company. So for them to expect them to move the produce from the farm to the actual markets, this is what has been a burden to black farmers. And this is primarily why they haven't been so successful, because a lot is expected of them. And the app alleviates this burden from them because we source the markets for them and we move the produce to the markets for them.
And one thing I want to know, do you feel like people of color and black people are finally infiltrating the farming world and the agricultural world in a positive way that also benefits them and benefits their pockets? Because, I mean, most of the time, especially in this season, employment and self-employment is going to be very important. And agriculture is something that as a country we're very rich in, and we can do that for ourselves. So is it important for us to start going and looking into agriculture and doing things like this and entering apps like that so that we can provide employment to ourselves as well and empower this country, hopefully?
No, definitely, you raise a good point. I think it's beyond the sector of agriculture and it's beyond the youth of the country. I think where it's compromised, my lady, is that the educational system does not teach one to be an entrepreneur, it does not teach one to be self-sustainable. We have an educational system, even at tertiary level, where it teaches us to get a PhD, and then after having a PhD, I get home and I have to submit CVs and look for work. You would think a scholar of a PhD level would be a problem solver. So it's beyond the sector, my lady. It's an institutional burden that we have in the educational system. So, but what we're doing here, we are obviously organizing opportunities for youth like myself. I'm in the agricultural sector, but from a media and technology point of view, I'm playing my role there. And I'm saying to black youth that it's beyond the farmer. The sector has got so much to offer, more especially the targets that we have for 2050, where if we don't convert into artificial intelligence forms of farming, you as a farmer will not be able to make it. And us, the youth, we love technology. This is the type of technology that we need to pump into the sector rather than investing a lot of it on parties. And there's nothing wrong with partying, but we can only so much. So there's an opportunity here. The sector contributes the highest third in the country's GDP. It's a proven and tested. Me and you, we ate this morning, so we still have to eat. It's not a sector that's going to be soon to be compromised. So it's an opportunity. It's sustainable. I'll give you an example. My business during the COVID pandemic, we had doubled our market share. We had doubled in profits. We're sitting at 230% on profits through COVID because we're in the agricultural sector. People still have to eat.
Yeah. That is actually such a brilliant point, and the way in which you place it also. If we think about it, food is one of those things where it's always going to exist because people need to feed their bodies. And I think as the youth of South Africa, as people of South Africa, we do need to break this thing of thinking that we need to be employed by other people as well. That's such a lovely point that you raised there. But before I let you go, can I please find out maybe where can people go and find out more about AGRI5? Maybe if someone wants to get in contact with you and they have more questions to ask you, can you please just give us all those details? Where can we find you?
Sure. You're welcome to email us on info@atoneworks.co.za. We have a Twitter account. You can follow us on Twitter for the project, the AGRI5. It's AGRI, AGRI, the number 5, underscore Expo. That's where you can get a hold of us. My personal Twitter account is Tsholo underscore Mokobe. You're more than welcome to drop us an email. You're more than welcome to call our offices. But the app is self-explanatory. You go on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. You download the app, and there's a live chat option where my team is able to assist you and navigate and ensure that you grow and you start your farming ventures with the right stakeholders. Currently, we work with 93% of the JSE listed companies that are offering their offerings within an agricultural sector. So we work with proven and tested companies to ensure that you're sustainable as a farmer. And most importantly, you access opportunities that are transformation and CSI available from these stakeholders.
Oh man, I just love hearing that, especially just hearing the fact that people are being given opportunities. Because you can be the greatest farmer in the world, but if you don't incorporate marketing and all of these different factors that go into making sure that you're a successful business owner or a self-employed person, that is so, so important. So if you've loved everything that Tsholo has said, please do hop on his social media pages and download the app yourself. Show him some love and tell us what it is that you've learned on this beautiful day. We are entertaining you guys all the way up till 5 o'clock, so please do hop on our socials and let us know, actually, if you've learned something interesting in this past interview, and will you be downloading the app? Actually, don't even will you. You must download the app to make sure that you find out about everything that is happening in the world of agriculture in South Africa. Right now, though, we're going to take a little bit of a short break, and we will see you after this.
CTV family. Catch us live on your TV screens.